Hello and welcome back to the channel. For those of you who are new here, welcome. We delve into the fascinating world of the British monarchy, its history, its traditions, and its place in the modern world. If you appreciate insightful commentary and a deeper look into the lives of the royal family, you've come to the right place. And if that sounds like you, consider taking a second to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and click that notification bell so you never miss an update. Your support means the world to us. Today, we're following a developing story of international significance, a series of meetings and discussions that highlight the enduring and sometimes surprising influence of the British monarchy in global affairs. King Charles III, it seems, is at the center of a whirlwind of diplomatic activity just weeks after we saw Prince Harry celebrate the incredible achievements of the Invictus Games. The king has recently held an urgent meeting with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky at Sandringham House. A powerful meeting, no doubt, given the ongoing conflict and the profound challenges facing Ukraine. But that's just the beginning of this intricate diplomatic dance. Now we've learned that King Charles is preparing to meet with Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. This meeting comes on the heels of a very interesting series of events, including a proposed second state visit invitation to former US President Donald Trump, hand-delivered by UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer, and a subsequent, shall we say, spirited exchange between President Zelensky and Mr. Trump. Before we delve into the specifics of these meetings and what they might signify, let's take a moment to appreciate the context. The British monarchy, while largely ceremonial in its day-to-day functions, retains a unique position on the world stage. It represents continuity, tradition, and a long history of international relations. For many, the king or queen is not just a head of state, but a symbol of stability and a living link to the past. This is why the Invictus Games closing ceremony and the recent interactions between the key figureheads mentioned is so important. It's a powerful visual representation of the monarchy. Think back to the reigns of Queen Elizabeth II, her father King George VI, and even further back. Royal visits, state dinners, and carefully orchestrated meetings have always been a crucial part of international diplomacy. They provide a platform for dialogue, for building relationships, and sometimes for quietly influencing events behind the scenes. And for our audience who remembers the Cold War era, the importance of these symbolic gestures and personal connections cannot be overstated. Now let's return to the present. King Charles's meeting with President Zelensky at Sandringham is particularly noteworthy. Sandringham, of course, is the private residence of the royal family, a place of retreat and family gatherings. It's not typically the venue for high-stakes political discussions. This choice of location suggests a level of personal concern and a desire to create a more informal, perhaps more empathetic atmosphere for the discussions. We can only speculate about the specific content of their conversation, but it's highly likely that the ongoing war in Ukraine was the primary focus. President Zelensky has been tirelessly seeking international support, both military and humanitarian, and the king's willingness to meet with him sends a powerful message of solidarity. The meeting, though private, speaks volumes about the UK's commitment to supporting Ukraine in its time of need. And for those of us who lived through the anxieties of World War II, the echoes of history are undeniable. But the plot thickens. Following his meeting with King Charles, President Zelensky reportedly had a heated exchange with former US President Donald Trump and his vice presidential pick, J.D. Vance. The details of this exchange are understandably scarce, but it's clear that there are differing perspectives on the path forward, particularly regarding the possibility of reviving peace talks. This disagreement, whatever its specifics, seems to have added urgency to the situation, leading to the king's subsequent diplomatic engagements. Now, let's talk about the invitation to former President Trump. King Charles reportedly extended a personal invitation for a second state visit, this time to Balmoral Castle in Scotland. Balmoral, like Sandringham, is a deeply personal residence for the royal family, a place of cherished memories and long-standing traditions. The invitation itself, hand-delivered by UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer, is a significant diplomatic gesture. It's important to remember that state visits are carefully planned and orchestrated events, full of symbolism and protocol. They're not simply casual get-togethers, they represent a strengthening of ties between nations an opportunity for dialogue, and often a chance to address complex issues in a more personal setting. A second state visit for a former president is unusual, which adds another layers of intrigue to this situation. We also know that a European peace summit was held on Sunday, a gathering described as the largest of its kind since the end of World War II. This underscores the gravity of the situation in Europe and the urgent need for a resolution to the conflict. Prime Minister Starmer attended the summit, meeting with various European leaders. And, significantly, Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau has also indicated that he will be meeting with King Charles personally. Prime Minister Trudeau has stated that he intends to discuss matters of importance to Canada and to Canadians with the King. He also hinted that he would raise concerns about what he described as Mr. Trump's threats to Canada's sovereignty and independence as a nation. This suggests that the discussions will extend beyond the immediate crisis in Ukraine and delve into broader geopolitical issues and the complex relationship between Canada, the US, and the UK. So what does all of this mean? What are we to make of this flurry of diplomatic activity centered around King Charles III? It's clear that the King is playing a more active role in international affairs than some might have anticipated. He's not simply a figurehead. He's engaging directly with world leaders, offering a platform for dialogue, and potentially using his influence to shape events behind the scenes. It's also important to consider the timing of these events. We're living in a period of significant global instability. The war in Ukraine, rising tensions in other parts of the world, and the ongoing challenges of climate change and economic uncertainty all contribute to a sense of unease. In times like these, the role of established institutions, like the British monarchy, can take on added significance. They can provide a sense of continuity, a reminder of shared values, and a platform for cooperation. The meeting between King Charles and Prime Minister Trudeau will be particularly interesting to watch. Canada and the UK share a long and close relationship, rooted in history and shared membership in the Commonwealth. Both countries have a strong commitment to democracy, human rights, and international law. However, the relationship with the United States, particularly under a potential second Trump presidency, could present challenges. Trudeau's concerns about Canadian sovereignty suggest that he's seeking reassurance and a reaffirmation of the UK's commitment to its long-standing alliance with Canada. For those of us who remember the close ties between our nations during World War II and the subsequent decades, the importance of this relationship cannot be overstated. It's a partnership built on shared values, mutual respect, and a commitment to working together to address global challenges. The coming days and weeks will be crucial. We'll be watching closely to see how these discussions unfold and what impact they have on the broader geopolitical landscape. The King's role, while largely symbolic, carries significant weight, and his actions could have a profound influence on the course of events. This is a developing story, and we'll continue to provide updates as they become available. It's a reminder that even in the 21st century, the British monarchy remains a relevant and influential force in international affairs. It's a testament to the enduring power of tradition, the importance of personal diplomacy, and the complex web of relationships that shape our world. Now, we'd love to hear your thoughts on this fascinating situation. What do you make of King Charles's involvement in these high-level discussions? Do you believe the monarchy still has a significant role to play in international diplomacy? What are your predictions for the outcome of these meetings? Share your opinions and insights in the comments section below. We always appreciate hearing from our viewers, and your perspectives are a valuable part of this conversation. And finally, if you've enjoyed this in-depth look at the latest developments involving the royal family, please take a moment to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and click that notification bell. Your support helps us continue to bring you insightful commentary and analysis on the world of the British monarchy. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in our next video.